Inside Tonight. My name is Victor Moyakane. If you're joining us right now, we want to talk about what happens when children get into conflict with the law. What happens when a child or somebody who is underage commits a crime? What happens to them? What should happen to them? What is currently happening to them? And what can we do about it? And with us to help us understand exactly what this is from many different angles is actually somebody who I just learned recently refers to himself as a recovering journalist. Karibu sana. You are the CEO of the National Crime Research Center, Dr. Mutuma Ruteere. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much for having me.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
First of all, you need to explain to Kenyans why we have to recover from journalism. But that's a story for another day. Tell me something, sir. Where do we stand as a country when it comes to children in conflict with the law?
Yeah.
What are the numbers, perhaps, right now?
Well, thank you very much, first of all. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
And of course, one of the major challenges that we have always is numbers, getting the actual numbers of how many children are in conflict with the law. We know about 130 out of 100,000 children come into conflict with the law in the criminal justice system. Now, when you're talking about children in conflict with the law, what we mean is a child who is either suspected or accused of committing an offense.
Right.
Those are the children we are referring to as being in conflict with the law.
So this is even before conviction or sentencing?
Precisely.
A suspect?
Precisely.
A suspected criminal in that way, or a suspected lawbreaker, and an accused lawbreaker, just at that level.
Yes.
Then that means that's quite a lot of people.
Yes, and that's why we are not calling them criminals. We're saying they're in conflict with the law. They could have probably been taken to the police station, or anyone in the criminal justice system has been called because they are suspected. And of course, the treatment of children is different from that of adults because fundamentally, the treatment of children is meant to be for in everything you do must be in the best interest of the child. In that respect, the criminal justice system will try to avoid incarceration, detention of children, institutionalization of children, but rather to promote mechanisms that give children a second chance, that get them away or divert them away from the criminal justice system. That reintegrate and rehabilitate them. And of course, if they are very young children, then of course, they don't enter the criminal justice system.
Wow. You know what? At this point, I still want to reach out to those who are watching us from home right now. This is a very big subject. It's a very important subject. All of us at home who are watching us, you have a connection with someone who is a child who is or has been in conflict with the law, by the definition that good CEO has given us. And perhaps even you, when you were a child, you may have been in conflict with the law at some point. We want you to participate in this conversation. We want you to send in your questions. The WhatsApp number is at the bottom of your screen. The phone number is also at the bottom of your screen. Call in. We will record that. We will have your question aired live. If you have a question on WhatsApp, send it. I have the WhatsApp with me right here, and I'll be able to capture it and read it, and be able to have a good guest give an answer to that. So please, I urge you to communicate with us. Somebody sent a question a little bit earlier, and they were asking, what are the needs? What needs does a child have whenever they come into, when they encounter the law, or the law enforcement agencies, or even what we call the criminal justice system? What rights does a child have?
Great, thank you. That's a great question. And the National Crime Research Center, which I hand as the Director CEO, we actually recently did a study that tried to actually look at what are the needs of children, how are those needs being met, where are the challenges and the gaps. Some of the needs that we have identified from that study is one is legal representation. When children come into conflict with the law, they need legal representation.